Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing really well. In this video, I will share with you finally the exciting news that I was talking about back in 2020. And if you watched my previous video in 2020 where I had predicted everything that happened, everything that will happen with the pandemic, and going into the next 20 years, 200 years and 2000 years, I was talking about the Aquarian age. I said at that time that in 2020, we are actually have started to enter into the Aquarian age, completing a 2000 years of Piscean age. Watch that video. I'm not going to repeat that, but I'm so excited this time to share with you what 2023 is bringing us. It's nothing alike, and going forward for the next 20 years. And yes, I'm going to talk about Pluto in Aquarius starting from 2023 for the next 20 years. And this is a cycle of 248 years. No human being have ever experienced a Pluto return. So this is so exciting times, and I'm happy to share this information with you. I will also briefly talk about Saturn in Pisces, which will last for 3 years from 2023 to 2026, which I was extremely looking forward to since the 90s. So I'm super excited to share with you these information, what this will bring to the world. And in another video, of course, I will talk so much more about what 2023 holds. For example, the nodes that was for the last 1.5 years, we have experienced the North Node in Taurus and the South Node in Scorpio, which the Taurus and Scorpio axes with the money axis and the karma that we had to get rid of and all that stuff is the last stretch. Also with the Uranus in Taurus, all the economic crises in the world. I will talk about this in another video because the North Node and South Node will be shifting into Aries and Libra axis and for the next 1.5 years, and what this will mean for the entire world in terms of war and peace. And in combination with Pluto and Aquarius, I will share this all with another video, and also with the eclipses that we experienced last year. This eclipses will continue for the last stretch, and then we'll shift into another set of the Aries and Libra eclipses, continuing with the Taurus and Scorpio eclipses as well, you know, the lunar eclipses and the solar eclipses. So again, I will talk all about this in another video, but in this video, let's talk about the exciting news about Pluto entering into Aquarius in 2023 for the next 20 years and what it brings to the world, and also Saturn in Pisces entering into Pisces in 2023 for the next 3 years. Let's get started. So, as I mentioned, in 2020, we are entering into an Aquarian age for the next 20, 200 and 2000 years, and we are completing the 2000 years of Piscean age. Watch that video because this has also a lot to do with the Saturn in Pisces, the last stretch of that era of the 2000 years of Piscean age era will be finally completing for the next 3 years, from 2023, from March 2023 until the early 2026. So I want to very briefly recap, but please watch that video. It was all about religions, how the religions were born, and also all the empires, etc., that were run by religions, right? And so just please watch that video. I'm not going to go back into that, but this will be the last stretch of religion and structures around religions and spirituality, but mostly about religions and the last stretch, the final stretch, because Saturn will bring us structure within the 12th house, which rules Pisces. Interesting enough, Neptune is also in there, and Neptune is in there for a decade. So this means that while Saturn wants to bring structure in that area where it is, meaning in the house of spirituality, religion, and this also rules prisons, it also rules hospitals. And while it brings a structure, wants to bring structure in that, the Piscean, because it's a water sign, and with Neptune together, it's all about this fluidity. It just doesn't want to be structured. It just kind of flows around. Again, like in the mind, it's because it was kind of like this flower power effect, right? It was just all floating around for the last 2000 years, where everybody was floating in this feeling of religion and rose-colored glasses. But now in the final stretch, Saturn would like to bring in the structure in this area, but it really has some trouble. So of course I will talk in another video what that really means for each and every sign, what it means, for example, for Pisces, right? Because Pisces has already the trouble with, you know, the earthly matters and the spirituality or the heavenly matters. So Pisces goes back and forth with that, has trouble to really put a structure into where am I, right? Am I in the heavens or am I in the earth? So the back and forth in between. And that is exactly what Saturn will be trying to do for the next 3 years. So this means that most likely in our healthcare system, in the hospitals, there will be huge structural changes. Why? Because also with the 2020, with the pandemic, now we will seeing long COVID symptoms and chronic diseases, more and more the healthcare system, which I have told or predicted in many of my videos, that it will collapse. Even in my FDA talk, I said this will bring collapse in the healthcare system, the long COVID crises, as well as this not only will bring healthcare crisis but also economical crisis, because many people are out of work because they cannot work because they are chronic fatigue or chronic illnesses. Those are very severe issues. As also, you know, there was, if you follow, there was a lot of conversation lately about primary care physicians not much available, and the ER physicians are also not available. So there was a lot of crisis internal of the healthcare system, and this is exactly what the Saturn in Pisces will also tackle, because it will really try to smash it and build it up from the ground up. If it's really terribly built, it will crash it to the ground and then will strongly build it up. So this means that. So let me tell you exactly what Saturn does. Saturn does, for example, if you have a Saturn return, Saturn will return in one person's life every 28 years. For you personally, for example, this means that if you have built for the last 28 years your life structure on a sand, right, castle made of sand, it will, when your Saturn returns, it will smash it down, because you haven't built your structure on a solid ground. This is what it is. And when Saturn comes back to your sign, it will smash what was not built on solid ground, and then it will be building step by step, or forces you to put your life in your hands and build a solid structure for the next 28 years. This is exactly what will happen when Saturn goes into Pisces. So overall, the healthcare system in the United States, worldwide, will be completely restructured. And I also think that the WHO together, it will be a lot of structural changes in that. But also with the religion, cults for example, there will be still trying to hold on to these cults. For example, if you have followed the news, just few weeks ago, actually a month ago, literally 1 month ago, in Arizona, a polygamy cult where a guy, what was the leader of this cult, had 20 women and then 200 underage girls, and they were trafficking these girls in containers from one state to another. And thankfully this guy is now in custody. I'm not sure if he already sentenced. And then 3 of his women also, I mean, these are all like young girls, they're also in custody. I'm not sure if they have been charged yet, but to also helping him to transport these underage girls, including 11 years old. So I mean, those things still exist in the 21st century, which is mind-blowing. Those things belong to the 2000 years of the Piscean age, not anymore in the Aquarian age, which I will talk about in a minute. So these type of rose-colored glasses, type of occultism, this fake religions and all that, those will crash down. And I believe that this will be the last stretch of those type of cults around the globe, will have these final, existence fight. But it will be crashing down, because if you know the astrological chart, Pisces is the last sign of the 12th zodiac. This means we will completing, in my opinion, my interpretation is, we will finally completing in the next 3 years the 2000 years of the Piscean age. Again, using religion, using cults, using this type of rose-colored glasses to manipulate people, to use the religion for empires growth, for monarchies growth and all that. So those things, or power play, right, for power, using religions and cults and all these mysticism things and all these fake spirituality things, to use that for power. With the Capricorn, which we also had with the system of Capricorn, which we'll also talk about in a minute, which was using this for gaining power. Those were all in the 2000 years of Piscean age, and we were in the last stretch of it. So that's Saturn and Pisces. And again, for each and every sign, this means something else. This is the global, general world prediction, but for each individual sign, it means something else. For example, for me, I was looking forward, as I said, since the 90s, for the time of 2023, 2024, 2025, when Saturn moved into Pisces. And because for me, as a Scorpio, this is in my 5th house, and I don't want to share too much about it. I'm just so excited about it. So for me, it means something wonderful. I mean, I predict it means something great. But again, Saturn doesn't bring like, whoa, just like Jupiter, doesn't bring something nice. It makes you work hard in that particular area. And if you haven't built your structure strong, again, it will smash it first and then bring it up. And you have to work it. Saturn makes sure that you will work on it, work on yourself in that particular area, okay? So now let's move to super exciting Pluto in Aquarius for the next 20 years, starting from March 2023. It is unbelievable. I mean, it is very, very exciting time. So what we already have seen, what I also mentioned in my 2020 video, that we entered into a Aquarian age. And again, watch that video. I talked all the areas, what it really means for humanity, because Aquarius is a humanitarian sign, non-profits, community, all global things that we the people, that's what Aquarius is. Aquarius means air, the universe, everything in the sky, the space, the outer planets, astrology, astronomy, innovation, breakthroughs, scientific breakthroughs, being out of the world, I mean being different, being who you are. That's what I exactly do in all of my videos. I always say to you, I even have a merchandise, my online store. It's all about, I keep telling in all of my videos, be who you are. Watch all my videos. I teach this for decades, and this is exactly what we are entering into. Be who you are. Never be ashamed of who you are. Just proudly be who you are. That's what Aquarius is. That's what we are entering into. So for the last 2 years, in 2020, 2023, we are experienced the Saturn in Aquarius and Jupiter in Aquarius. For the last 2-3 years, we have experienced that. That was actually the kind of hint what we will experience for the next 20 years. That's exactly what I said, and exactly what happened. So, and this means that, as I said in that video, the humanitarianism will be emphasized, right? It started with the pandemic, because suddenly everybody was helping each other, right? The world helped each other. It was the one single goal, to help the globe, not individual, not the people on the top, which was the Capricorn time. That was the power of Capricorn. Now it shifted with the pandemic in 2020, when the planets Saturn and Jupiter moved into Aquarius, initiating the Aquarian age for the next 200 and 2000 years, that suddenly the power players were not the main thing anymore. It was the people. That's what it is. Aquarius, people's age. That's what I'm calling it now. People's age. That's what Aquarius is. And if you remember, suddenly with the pandemic, the governments finally understood that we are representing the people. We must now help the people. And that's what you're there for, right? We elected you to be the people's representatives and to help us. So the money out of the sudden flowing from the governments to the people, right? With all the pandemic help, money was flowing to the people where it actually belongs. And so no more governmental structure like Capricorn, which is one sign before Aquarius, where all the governmental power and more together with the Piscean age religions were helping certain people, the power, and the governments have the power. That structure crumbled down for the last from 2020 until now. And it will continue to crumble down. The people will have the power. You will see worldwide. Let me tell you, I will predict this again. Say hi to me in 20 years until 2044. Pluto will be in Aquarius until 2044. So say hi to me in the meantime, because everything I will predict will happen. And let me tell you what this will be. We will see a huge amount of space exploration, space science breakthroughs, which we already experienced for the last 2 years, correct? So it will be much more. We will have so much more intergalactic talks, maybe, conversations maybe, or there will be UFOs, much more. UFO research will be UFO research, which already started. Finally, the governments release more and more data, correct? So that will be so much more. Also, again, the people will demand more information, more research on that. The people will finally decide what the governments will do or will not do. Mark my words, the people will decide what will happen to the people. No more the governments. It will not from the top to bottom, it will be from the bottom up, like this. Not like that, it will be like this, okay? So never forget that. So the people will decide how the governments will be run, what we need, what we want, and the governments and the big gigantic companies will be forced to buy the people to benefit the people. That's what it is. So there will be a lot of breakthroughs in medicine, there will be a lot of breakthroughs in science, but again, it will be so that it benefits the globe, it benefits the humanity. No more individualism, no more the powers, right? Like the big corporations, it will be more the power. So more and more the big chunk corporations, the empires, the monarchy, whatever, all these power players, they will be dissolved. More and more and more for the next 20, 200 and 2,000 years. That's what it is. Let's talk about Pluto. What Pluto actually, it's the most outer planet. And one return is 248 years. In the newer years, Pluto was assigned to Scorpio. In the ancient years, Mars was ruling Aries and Scorpio. Pluto was newly assigned to Scorpio. Pluto is the planet of transformation, death, rebirth. So it will transform things. So it's not like Jupiter, which I will talk about because it's actually now in Aries. It will enter in the middle of the year into Taurus. Those are like phenomenal things that happened to, particularly to Aries and to Taurus. But Pluto is not like that. Pluto, as Saturn wants you to work and bring structure in whatever it touches, Pluto will transform. It will be death and rebirth. It will be transformation. That's all about Scorpio. It goes deep. Scorpio is a deep sign. It goes deeper, 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 deeper into, and then pulls everything out. And the secrets, you will see a lot of secrets will be released. A lot of secrets, what was holding on these last 2,000 years, the religions, the governments, the structures, everything, all what I was just talking about, that the areas I was talking about, right? The innovations, the sky and UFOs and astronomy, astrology, and communication, and broadbands, everything, the governments, everything that was hidden is going to come out. And that will, these areas what I was talking about, transportation, infrastructure, those are also ruled and all about Aquarius. So those will be all the secrets, all the dirts will come out, what has been held back, and finally will be transformed for and by the people. That's what the motto is. But again, it will be dirty. It will not be like, haha, okay, Aquarian age, woo. As we experienced with the pandemic, those were not ruled by Pluto, right? It was Saturn and was also Jupiter, because Jupiter, whatever touches, expands. So it was global. This issue was global community, global communications, global, everything was global humanity, right? And that was Jupiter. Also Saturn was to bring structure into this. So, but that was not Pluto. When Pluto will go in there, it will transform, bring all the dirt out so that it can finally transform and makes it so that it will benefit the people, the globe, the humanity. That's what it is. So it is absolutely phenomenal what will happen. So let me give you the dates. First, Pluto will go into Aquarius on March 23, 2023. Okay? On March 23, 2023. So 3/23/2023. Okay? That's so interesting also. And then it will go all the way until June 11th, and on June 11th it will go back into Capricorn for the last time that we will all experience in our lifetimes. Final stretch from June 11th 2023 until January. So basically the second half of 2023 until January 21st, 2024, it will go back for half of the year, half of 2023, back into Capricorn, with the final stretches of this governmental holding on to these powers and to the structures of Capricorn for the last time ever that we will experience. It will still brings up all the dirt because Pluto was in Capricorn for the last 20 years. That's why for the last 20 years we experienced all this dirt that came out from all the governments and all the big shot corporations and how they manipulated the system, the people, and used power and built all these gigantic structures since 2008. That's when Pluto entered into Capricorn, 2008. All the structures since then, remember how it was. And for the last years, right, it became all the dirt, all the how they manipulate the system came all out. Why? Because for the last Saturn and Jupiter and Aquarius for the last 2 years, we have seen what this now finally bring for the next 20 years, because they have smashed the humanity and for their own power and used the humanity, used the people for their own gain. Now we will go back into the humanity. But first, the last stretch, the last half of 2023, we will go back for the last time ever to smash it all out so that it can give a hint, lights into from January 21st, 2024, all the way, no going back or anything, full force all the way until January 19, 2044. Unbelievable numbers, but that's what it is. For the next 20 years we will experience all these phenomenal changes. Never forget, as I keep saying, now is the time, if ever, to release your karma. Release that Scorpio, that's Pluto. Release your karma. Release what is not serving you. Release all the things that holds you back and finally step into your own power. That's Aquarius. Aquarius is a very out there sign. It's a very unique sign. Show your uniqueness. As I said, I have all my merchandise just for you. Maybe you can use it within this Aquarian age, in these Pluto and Aquarius for the next 20 years. Show who you are. As I keep saying, I'm a nerd and I'm proud of it. I am who I am and I'm proud of it. Here, see all my merchandise and get one for you. Show who you are. If you're a nerd like me, then so be it. That's it. Who you are is unique, and that's exactly what Aquarius is and wants you to be. Unique, because every single person will be unique and is unique. And let me also, I just thinking of that uniqueness. So in the very recent years, like these gender fluidity was a huge topic, right? Or is a huge topic. So I believe this is also a part of Aquarian age, because as I said, Aquarius no longer of these Capricorn structures, because that's crashing down, determining who you are by the societal norms that this is this and this is this. Aquarian age actually brings more of this no structure. I think that's why we have experienced and seen this fluidity between the genders. That I think that's because of the Aquarian age. Because Aquarius, as I said, has no structure. When you talk about, when you have ever experienced an Aquarius, Aquarius is who they are. That's it. Like Scorpio and Aquarius, that's why they get along very, very well. You can't put an Aquarius into structures. They will rebel. Aquarius also ruled by Uranus. They will rebel. You can't put an Aquarius into a box. Aquarius is outside a box. Aquarius is genius. That's why all these breakthroughs and all the innovation, because Aquarius is the innovative sign of all the zodiac, is the genius of all the signs in the zodiac, and is not in a box. Aquarius, every single Aquarius is unique. That's what will be. No structure, uniqueness, your own individual uniqueness combined with the power of Pluto. Release your karma, go back into your power with your uniqueness. That's Pluto in Aquarius. Never forget that. Mark my words and say hi to me when all of this happen, because it will happen, okay? So that's how all of this you will see in the world. Again, because it's Pluto, it won't be easy. It will be like very transformative. Not everybody would be happy with all of this transformation, but the world, you can't stop it, will be going in that direction. It will be going into that direction. These everything with the Saturn in Pisces, the cultism and all the religious gurus and spiritual gurus and all that, this will be all like the manipulation with religions and all that, flower powers and all that stuff. This will all go away for the next 3 years, for the final stretch. And the individualism and humanitism, the uniqueness within the humanity, that will be raising up more and more. No more these structural societal norms. It will be a little bit more out there. For some people it will be hard to swallow, but that's the natural flow. So I hope this was helpful to you. Again, subscribe if you haven't already. I will be talking in the next videos what Jupiter will be doing. So excited for Aries and for Taurus in 2023. I will talk about the North Node and South Node shift in 2023, and I will be talking about the eclipses in 2023. Oh my gosh, so much to talk about. Then I will also make videos on the individual signs, what this all mean for individual from Aries to Pisces. And also I will be sharing from how I will foresee with my own unique abilities, seeing the future, which I can do. And I have this ability, so I will be predicting for each individual sign from Aries to Pisces, also from my side, what I'm seeing for this year. And you can also get all of this on my channel. Of course, I will be continuing with all the scientific news, all other news, world news, finance, sociology, history, global events, whatnot. I will talk all about this on my channel. Knowledge is power. Don't forget that. As I always do, I always live the life ahead of time, and I was already doing all of this, and it fits extremely perfect with the Aquarian age. So knowledge is power. Be who you are. Check out my merchandise. Be strong. And it will be a fantastic year 2023. So excited about that, and enjoy it. It will be finally a good relief. But on certain things, of course, it will be still challenging. But for example, financial, because Uranus is still in Taurus, but it will be a little bit of a sigh of relief from the last 2-3 years, okay? So thank you. Subscribe to my channel. Don't forget, if you haven't already, like this video, share this video with others, watch the 2020 video of my world prediction, but also become a member of my channel. Not only you can support my channel that way, but you will have access to all of the extended videos that I'm not sharing with the public, only available for my members. But the extended videos you can also get individually on my online store. It's up to you. However, you both ways, you gain, I gain, you support my channel so I can continue with these videos, and you will have all the extended videos that I will share with you. Happy to do so, and happy to do all of these extended videos because there's so much more to share, okay? Already there are so many extended videos waiting for you on my Bright Stars Club, very fitting for the Aquarian age. Knowledge is power, as I always say. That's why I'm doing this channel. And also on my online store, you get much more videos there, including self-empowerment, which you will find in this channel as well. Self-empowerment is critical for everything, okay? Be who you are. Check out my merchandise and get your own individual shirts, t-shirts, merchandise, so you can show the world that you are proud of who you are. Then the world needs you as you are, okay? But of course we can always improve, and I'm here to help you with that. I am going to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking and sharing this video. And thank you for becoming a member, supporting my channel. And I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.